So if you've been a fan of Skylanders for any period of time, you know that there's two major aspects to the series, and those are the games themselves and the characters you play the games with. Now, of course, to get these characters, you must spend money. And I'm here to show you today how far I stretched my dollar to get my vast collection of wares from the Skylanders franchise. So let's get started, but before we get into it, I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to check out the update video I posted, I believe, before this video. It may have been sometime a while ago, but check out the update video if you're interested in what's going on in my life within the next couple of weeks or so. We're going to be doing some different type of videos, new series, all that sort of stuff if you're interested. But if not, I thank you for sticking around for this one. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so to preface, these first couple of lots are from McKay's. Now, if you don't live on the southeast United States coast, or well, not coast, but you know, southeast U.S., McKay's is a thrift store. They have a couple locations. I normally go to the Chattanooga one because it's the one closest to where I live. But yeah, McKay's has a decently large selection of Skylanders, especially if you're just starting out. They have some pretty decent deals, as you're about to see. I fleshed out my collection pretty well. I'll talk about it, I think, after the third visit or fourth visit. I didn't get as much variety as I have in these first couple of selections, but that's okay, because like I said, if you're just starting out and you want to start your collection somewhere, I would definitely recommend McKay's is a good place to start. Another thing to know about McKay's is that they actually just have these wide bins of Skylanders. I don't have my pictures because I don't, I'm not a vlogger. I don't vlog my trips to McKay's, but they have these large bins of Skylanders, and you just have to kind of dig through them. But they're all $3 each, which is really good for people like us who try to collect them, because, well, us as in me and you, the audience, but me, personally, because that way, if you see, you can get good deals out of it, but you also know who to avoid. Like starter pack characters, for example, they're normally, if you're using Skylanders characters list, which is actually who I'm going to use through this whole video, by the way. So don't, if I say relative price is such and such, it's based off of sclshop.com, which is also a very good resource. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but let's just go ahead and get started. Oh, one more thing that I'm stupid, I forgot to say it, but McKay's, unless I specify otherwise, all of these characters were $3. So if I say, I'm not going to list out, I got it for $3, because every single one's $3. So I'll just say what the relative price is on SkylandersCharactersList.com. So yeah, first up we have Zap, Series 1, goes for $7. Next is Shroom Boom, $3. Gorilla Drilla for $5. Series 2 Chop Chop, $3. We got Standard Edition Bumble Blast, $5. Magic Rocket Trap normally goes for $9. I actually got two of these. They were bagged separately, but I went ahead and got them because it's pretty good price, profit margin. And finally, Bop for $5. Normally goes for $5. All right, so this next group was from the same McKay's trip, but they were actually bagged. They do it a little differently now. This was the only time I actually saw them separate them like they did this first trip. But they actually had these four legendaries and Enchanted Hoop Loop were all bagged separately from the bins that everything else is bagged in. You would think it's because they're swappers, but no, it's not. It's just they were colorways, or I guess McKay's thinks they're colorways, which they are more expensive, but they were $6 each instead of $3. But as you're about to see, still made a successful profit, quote unquote. I don't know what word to use, because like it's not, I'm not selling them, but I made better than what they go for online. So so we have Legendary Bouncer, who goes for about $8. Legendary Free Ranger goes for $10. Legendary Lightcore Chill was $13. That was my highlight for that trip. That was definitely a good sale. Enchanted Hoop Loop is $9, and finally Legendary Slam Bam goes for $9 as well. So in summary, this lot, or purchase, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. The 8 core figures, excuse me, because I got 2 magic traps. Would have cost $46 off of SCL, and the 5 not core figures, legendaries and Enchanted Hoop Loop, would have cost me $49 on SCL. So in total, $95. I purchased it for $54. It's a $41 profit. It's pretty good. I should have been able to do that in my head, but you know, I'm not a math. Well, I am. I'm not gonna say I'm stupid, but so yeah. Let's move on to the next purchase. All right. So from this point on, believe it or not, that first buyout was actually the smallest from the past year I've bought. So from this point on, each little group is going to be, I'm going to group them based on what game they're from. So you're going to see, I'm going to start with the ones from SSA I started with, and then Giants, and then we're going to go from there. So, yeah. So once again, all these Skylanders were bought from McKay, so $3 each, unless I specified they're not. But in this lot, there were none in the bags, unlike last time. So all of these are $3. So to start with, we have Cinder, who goes for $4 on SCL. Then Dino Ring, also $4. Sonic Boom for $3. Terrafin for $4, Voodoo for $5, Tornado for $4, and Wrecking Ball for $3. Next up for Giants, I only got 2 characters in this little purchase. We have Series 2 Double Trouble for $4, as well as Light Core Eruptor for $5. Next up for Swap Force, we have Series 2 Camo for $10, Light Core Countdown for $4, Riptide for $3, Slobbertooth for $3, and Light Core Tornado for $5. Oh yeah, and then by himself is Funny Bone. He goes for $4. Hey, Funny Bone. So for this little purchase, these 15 Skylanders together should have cost me $64 with everything considered. Now, there was only 15 of them and $3 each. I ended up with $45 to purchase all this, which is only a $19 price difference. So a little less worth it, but still cheaper, you know, overall than what I would get for their market value. So I'd still consider it at least a minor W. But yeah, let's move on to the third and final McKay's lot. So sadly for this lot, I mainly focused on just SSA characters because there wasn't a lot of variety the last time I went to McKay's. So hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers next time I go that there will be more variety of figures as in the last 2 purchases. But you know, it is what it is. So to start this one off, we have Series 1 Eruptor, who goes for $3. Next up is Lightning Rod for $4. Next up, the Dragon himself, Spyro, who's only $1, and I'll, you know, with him, Trigger Happy, and then also another Starter Pack character, his Snapshot, I'll just tell you. I decided to get them while I was there because, I don't know, I just felt like it'd be better than making a purchase on SCL Shop because you have to factor in shipping and all that and the other, and I was just right there, so and also I can see them, I can see what state they're in, so I decided to get them while I was here, so don't hate on me for spending $3 on Spyro and Trigger Happy, but it is what it is. After that, we have Zook, who goes for $4. Next up is Hex for $5, which is shocking because she actually had both of her arms intact and she was just thrown to a bin. I was shocked. Utterly flabbergasted, but you know, here she is. After that is Trigger Happy, who, once again, only goes for $1. And finally, for this little set, we have Stealth Elf, who goes for $4. You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't fully understand why I put one Giants character and one Swap Force character together when I had 3 trap teams. I don't know why I just didn't put them all together as one group, but you know, just what it is. Anyway, Light Core Jetpack goes for $3. Punk Shot goes for $14. So this was definitely the highlight of this purchase. This is what I would have said if I didn't get 2. Look at that, 2 Wildfires, $3 each. And they're both fine. It was crazy. I was shocked. And then also Snapshot, but you know, Wildfire goes for $12. By the way, just wanted to put that in. Snapshot's only one. To recap, these 12 figures should have costed me $64 off of SCL. However, I got them for $36. That's $28 in not paid profit, whatever. That's almost half of what they would normally cost, which was crazy. I was very, very glad to have made these finds with the Wildfires. Wildfires really carried it. Also, Punk Shock is really good. I'm glad I got her too. But yeah. So that's it for all of the McKay's shopping spree segments, if you want to call it that. Next up, we're moving to my very, very large eBay purchase. Alright, this one's going to take a little while. And also, the fun part about this is I never actually calculated how much money I would have actually saved from this. So this is actually, you're going to get my raw, genuine reaction. I just looked up, whenever I made all these purchases, by the way, I did look them up I looked them all up and made sure that I was getting them at least half, or around half under what their list says on Skylanders characters list. So let's just get right into it because there's a lot to get to. Start with, we have Boomer, who I purchased for $6, normally goes for $8. Next up's Camo, who I got for $4, normally goes for $8 on SCL. Next up is Slam Bam, I bought him for $3, he goes for about $5 on SCL. After that is Igniter, I got him for $1.50, normally goes for $4. Then we have Series 1 Drobot, who I got for $1, goes for $3 usually. Finally, Legendary Trigger Happy, got him for $5.40, goes for $6. I just thought I'd pick him up while I was getting the rest of the order because it's a decent deal. As for the magic items and level packs, you can't see, I did not position this picture properly, but all of the magic items and extra levels for SSA, I got all 8 magic items and all 4 levels for $17.50, I believe, and there's actually a bundle on the SCL shop that has them all for $20, so I saved a little bit of money there. So in conclusion for the Skylanders Spyro's Adventure little segment here, SCL's worth of all 6 Skylanders, 12 level pack, all this stuff, that's what, 18 total, whatever. SCL's total for all this stuff should be $54, but I got it all for $36. That's a difference of $17. So, that's pretty decent, trade. But yeah, let's go and move on to the Giants section. Start with Giants. We have Series 2 Sun Smash, who I got for 99 cents, goes for $4 on SCL. Next up is Series 2 Trigger Happy, who I also got for 99 cents, goes for $3 on SCL. Next up is Fright Rider, who I got for $2, normally goes for $4. After that we have Light Core Prism Break, who I got for $2 as well, goes for $3 usually. Next up is Standard Series 2 Prism Break, who I got for $2.50, normally goes for $5 on SCL. And finally we have Punch Pop Fizz, who I got for $2, normally goes for $5 on SCL. And an added bonus with this was that I actually got his character card and sticker that comes with them back in the original box for only $1.90, which is less than half than you get for just the character itself on SCL. So that was a really good deal in my opinion. So for our Giants recap, I got $24 worth of figures for only $10.50, which is probably, if I had to guess, probably the best price difference on this whole list. Just out of my head, I don't know if it's true or not, but if I had to guess, this is probably the best, most quote-unquote profit that I made. So, but yeah, with that being said, let's go and move on to the Swap Force Skylanders. So to start off with our Swap Force characters, just going from the back and moving up, we have the Tower of Time, which goes for $6 on SCL. I got for $1, and I really don't know why. It works, so probably. I mean, I'm assuming, I haven't tested it out yet, but I'm assuming it works. So, I mean, good for me, I guess. After that, we have the base Star Strike for $5 on SCL. I got for $2.50, so good for me once again. Up next is Series 2 Sprocket. Why they made her a Series 2 out of any of the other tech Skylanders you could have reduxed, I don't know. But anyway, that's for a different time. Series 2 Sprocket goes for $4. I got her for $2. The Fiery Forge magic item arena, I think it's arena, I don't know. I'll figure it out whenever I play Swap Force, but the Fiery Forge normally goes for $2. I got for $1. After that is Volcanic Eruptor, Series 3 variant. Normally goes for $6. I got him for $2.50. Up next is Series 3 Gill Grunt. Goes for $3 on SCL. I got him for 99 cents. After that is Legendary Zulu, who I got for $2. Normally goes for $5. Then after that is Normal Zulu, who I got for $1. Normally goes for $3. And then finally is Standard Series 3 Eruptor. Normally goes for $3. I got him for $1. But now for the real actual final, I forgot about it. Sky Diamond goes for $2. I got it for $1. So for our Swap Force summary, we got 11 figures for what would have been $43 for only 16. Now, I'm pretty sure, I can't do the math off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that that's a better deal than what we got for the Giants. Which is probably because a lot of these figures I only got for $1, and normally, like, the minimum for any of these was the Sky Diamond was $2, but normally they're like $3. So, good for me, really good for me. It's really good price difference. But anyway, we're gonna move on into Trap Team. So out of the first 4 games, I would say, because I kind of fell out of Skylanders, because I was starting to grow up. Not now, obviously I've regressed because I'm playing it again. But Trap Team was like the last game that I really played as a kid. And the other 2, I don't really have a collection per se. So Trap Team's my most incomplete collection, so I'm excited to actually get some more figures for it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the prices. So to start with, we have the Nightmare Express level pack, which I got for $6.40. Normally goes for $10, so that's, you know, it's all right. Up next is Deep Dive Gill Grunt, the only Series 4 fun fact that they ever made. Normally goes for $5. I got him for $1, so once again, good deal. Once again, photography is not my strong suit because Fist Bump's actually hiding behind Deja Vu's head with his even bigger head, which is kind of, you know, something to think about. But anyway, Fist Bump normally goes for $7, but I got him for $4.40. So then there's Torch, who I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea she even existed, like before I actually bought her, because she looks very forgettable. And I mean that in a nice way. I don't mean that in a nice way. She just looks very forgettable. But normally she goes for $4. I got her for $1.40. Up next is Deja Vu. Now I have the legendary one, but I decided to get the normal one because I was making, you know, a purchase already, so I might as well go and get it. Normally she goes for $6, but I got her for $4.40. Next is Series 2 Shroom Boom. Normally goes for $3. I got him for $1. Next is the Hand of Fate. I'm gonna do the normal for the legendary one because that just makes sense. But the Hand of Fate normally costs $1. I got it for $1. That's maybe the only sale on here that I actually made that kind of translates equally to SCL shop, which you know, it's a good deal. I'm not complaining, but something to point out. Up next is the legendary Hand of Fate. Normally costs $4. I got it for $2.40. And then last, but well, kind of least, they are small, but you know, the minis. First we got Small Fry. Normally goes for $6. I got him for $3. And Terabyte, who normally goes for $4, but I got him for $1. So for our trap team wrap up, I got 10 items worth $50 for only $26. Now that's a $24 difference. That's pretty easy to do in my head because I'm just that smart. But yeah, that's a decent, you know, for who I got. I'd say I did, like, you know, especially with the Gill Grunt. And let's see, I think Shroom Boom was also $1. The dollar one's pretty helped out in this situation. But yeah, let's go and go on to not Swap Force. That was the last one. Let's go and go on to Superchargers. Now for the award for the least amount of anything in my collection has to be Superchargers, because I literally didn't buy, I didn't even buy the starter pack for this game. I didn't do anything for this game. I couldn't care less because I thought it was dumb. I was already at the point where, like, you know, my mom, she loved me very, very much, but she couldn't spend $1 billion on Skylanders like I am now. So we'd have to, me and my brother would have to, like, pick out one a week that we'd want, like, to collectively, usually. So, and then whenever they did this, I decided that it was too much, because now, not only were they increasing the price of the figures, but they weren't selling the figures with the cars. Like, they were selling them separate. So in my mind, which I know they did, and they ended up doing bonus packs and stuff, but those were $30, and my parents went, my mom's like, that's too much. So I ended up just not doing it for that game. I decided, you know what, we're gonna skip this one, we're gonna hold out till the next one, and maybe since I showed that I can control my spending as like I was 10, I think, I don't know. But if I can show her I can control my spending, then maybe she'll let me get more for the next game. And then Imaginators came out, and each character was $20 each. And then I didn't want to do that either because they were expensive. But anyway, so to start off with, we have Spitfire, the starter pack character, which is surprisingly $4 and sold out a lot on SEO, which is crazy to me because you think starter packs would be the most prominent character. And Stealth Elf, the Stealth Elf variant they made for Superchargers is really prominent. But anyway, so Spitfire normally goes for $4, but I got him for $2.50, which is a fair deal in my opinion, because you know, if he's out of stock, then it's, you know. And the other Superchargers character I actually got, and the only other actual Superchargers figure I got from this this purchase was a Big Bubble Birthday Bash Pop Viz. It's just Birthday Bash. I'm sorry, I don't know any of these characters' names. I'm having to look them up. So, but yeah, I got him. Normally he goes for $6. I got him for $3.40. So once again, not a little more than half. But like I said, I don't have any of these characters, so I thought. And also another thing was the seller, which this guy was awesome, by the way. I'm gonna talk about that whenever I get done with this little bit. But he didn't have many Superchargers characters. He only had like 3 or 4, and the other 2 that I didn't get were kind of expensive. So I decided to just get these 2. But still, hey, everything else was perfect, man. If you're watching this, but if you're not, you know, everything was perfect. Now as for the vehicles, we start with the Splasher. I thought I said that wrong at first. I'm sorry. Once again, I don't know any of these things, man. Like, I'm like a visitor from a foreign world here. I don't know what any of these things are. But the Splatter Splasher normally goes for $7. I got it for $3.40, so that's about half. That's a little better. Up next is the Burn Cycle. Thank you for being a pronounceable name. Normally goes for $4, but I got it for $1.40, so that's a better deal. Also, weirdly, is the Dark Hot Streak was available, but the normal Hot Streak was not. So that's just something to point out. But the Dark Hot Streak normally goes for $7. I got it for $3.40. After that is the Dive Bomber, which also goes for $4, which I also got for $1.40. And the final vehicle from here was Jetvac's Jetstream, which normally goes for $4, but I got it for $1. And finally, we have the 3 trophies. Not the land one. The land one's like $50 billion. But first of all, we have the Sea Trophy, which normally goes for $3. I got for $1. Next up is the Sky Trophy, which also goes for $3. I got for $1. And finally, the Chaos Trophy, which normally goes for $4. I got for $1.40. For our Superchargers conclusion, that's what I meant to say, $46 is what everything was worth on SCL, which I got for $20. So that's $26 difference. So once again, pretty good. Alright, so if you can't tell right now, this is a different recording from what you've heard the entire video, because this is Maxine after 2 weeks later at 10:23 p.m. realizing that I screwed up the recording the night before I want to upload this video. So I'm going to record this real quick. Sorry if I don't sound very energetic. I don't sound stopped up. I've been very nasally. But let me just do this real quick. So for Imaginators, I ended up getting Dr. Crankcase and Tidepool both in the box. Somewhat, I mean, they're brand new. They got stickers on them and everything. So Dr. Crankcase ended up being $25 and Tidepool ended up being $32.50. So while I can't say for certain how much these would typically go for, I can say that I did spend $57 on these 2 new boxes, which, you know, for what they are, they're the last ones to come out, and they're somewhat expensive. So I would say that that's fair price point for them. But last but definitely not least, which super came in clutch, and I'm very happy, was my local game store. After asking them for a year and moving locations, they actually found the box that they keep all their Skylanders in, and they actually brought the box out to me to let me look at it and see what all they had, and they had a deal so that I could buy. So last but definitely not least, we have my local game store, who after moving locations for a year and telling me that they thought they had Skylanders but they didn't know where they were, I finally found them and literally have them in a box that they will bring out for me when I get there. I'm like royalty. It's so nice. I feel very famous. I'm talking like 89 subscribers famous, which is how many I have right now. But anyway, let's get to the Skylander cost. So each of these Skylanders, they have a deal. So they did either one for $3 or 2 for $5. So I would always get at least pairs every time I went. So the 6 that I've gotten so far from there, trust me, there will be more, because this is incredible deals. Countdown cost $3. Series 3 Pop Fizz $7. Free Ranger cost $5. Roller Brawl cost $6. Green Gill Grunt $13. And Trigger Snappy from Trap Team costs, or Mini, I guess these minis are from Trap Team, cost $5 as well. So that was what SCL tells them. That should have costed me $39. It ended up costing me $15. So my local game store are awesome. I'm very excited to go back there. Now for the final calculations of the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to count the cost of the 2 Imaginators into this calculation of how much money I saved, because there's no real way to determine that, unless you want to go off of like eBay, all this, that, and the other. There's no easy way to do it, so I'm just going to do it the easy way and drop them off, the easier way, the big number you've all been waiting for. All of these Skylanders should have costed me $479 according to SCL Shop. However, if I were to, I'm going to round up to 243.5 because that's annoying, to 244, and add the sales from the stuff I bought from the game store, we get a grand total of, drumroll please, in the past year I've spent $259 on Skylanders, and I've gotten over 100 figures from those purchases. So personally, I can be, that's pretty good in my opinion. I'm pretty happy with that. I want to make sure you all stay tuned though, because there's going to be plenty more videos like this where I go over what I bought in the future, especially after I start selling the ones that I have duplicates of now. But anyway, that will be all for this video. I do want to give a quick shout out. I don't believe I've talked about him yet. So like I said, it's kind of late, so I'm just gonna kind of go over this. But the seller on eBay who I bought most of that, I bought that entire eBay stuff from, except for the two Imaginators. His name is Blue_18. He's sold 4.6 thousand items, it says. He has 100% positive feedback from 406 reviews as I record this. I'll definitely be buying from him again. And I sincerely hope that you will at least check him out, because he sells some quality stuff. He's got some great prices, great bundle deals, great shipping. He wrapped my stuff up very well. Like I said, with that punch pop this, I even got the card with it and everything. I was flabbergasted. I was very shocked. So I was very thankful. But yeah, check out Blue18. I'll link him in the description if I find out how to, but I'll put him at the very top just so you don't miss him. But thank you once again for that, buddy. But with that, the end of the video is here now. So I've talked about all I really need to talk about. Stay tuned for this Thursday. 2 days from the upload of this video, I'm going to go over my collection as of October 2023. I don't know how often I'll make a collection video. I may do it every 4 months or every year or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, just stay tuned for that. And from the bottom of my heart, I sincerely thank you so much for watching and supporting my videos. It truly means a lot. I'm very thankful. It's just unfathomable to me that people actually like my videos, because I can barely sit through and watch them just because I can't stand hearing my voice. But I really do appreciate it a lot. Like, I can't express it in words. I'm just very thankful. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Comment what you think about this video. Stay awesome. Have a great day, great rest of your day, great night, wherever you're at. Jesus loves you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Subscribe to Maxi Nifter.